Hello, I'm Jomika, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. This is episode 6. Today we don't have missions available that I want to do. There's the rendezvous, just park 2 vessels next to each other. I don't know if it means, like, connect them or get them very close. I would probably plan on connecting them, but I don't think we have docking ports. So, I'm not sure. It says park 2 vessels next to each other. So I don't know what they mean by park. I guess dock would mean connect them together, dock them together. We could do this one, splash down at Kerbal. But I think what I want to do is just go maybe a flyby of Minmus. Just something not easy. I mean, that to me feels much easier than docking 2 vessels together. I'm going to unlock this so we can do some flight planning. What is the next one? Max contracts unlimited. Okay. So we could take 7 contracts now. But again, there's none that I want. So we're not going to worry about that. We can unlock some things. We don't need heavy rocketry. I don't know if we need any of this. What's in here? So just plain things. The protective shell would be good. We still don't have that guy, but we don't really need anything in here. I guess we could get the little wacky waving inflatable arm thing. Aerodynamics, not really. Landing. I mean, the struts, I guess, from there. Advanced flight controls. The lander can would be good for landing on the moon or Minmus. We don't really necessarily need it, but it is nice to have because this is 0.5 tons and this is 1.5 tons. So much lighter, but we could always just add more rockets. There's a Clampatron, the docking port, but I don't know. And then these we need to upgrade. Actually, how much is the upgrade? I think it's a lot. 451. Kerbal's EVAs could collect surface samples. I mean, that'd be nice to have, but we don't have $500,000 yet. So, which one was the one I was kind of leaning towards? This one. So let's start with that. We have 72 left, so I guess we could do this one because we will need to do it to get that. But we'll wait because we're not going to use that for whatever we're going to build now. I don't really know. Do I want to go to Minmus? Or do we revisit the moon? Let's do Minmus. And we'll just do a flyby. Command, where's that? Command and control. Okay, nothing in there. So we will send another pilot. Do we have that same ship? Moon flyby. I don't know what all these are. I guess old rockets. So the moon flyby, we had, I believe, plenty of fuel. And we only need a little bit more to get to Minmus. Was there anything wrong with this ship? I'm going to say it was perfect and no adjustments were needed. And we'll try to fly by Minmus. I mean, once we get to Minmus, we could easily circularize and not worry about it. Because it's like, I don't know, 200, 300 delta V. But let's just go for it. So we will use mainly the side boosters. Let's kind of point in the correct direction, you guys. I guess that's because we're not really using the swivel to steer us. We don't have control surfaces here. Maybe that's what we'll do. Revert. Revert. I guess we got lucky the first time we flew. Aerodynamics. What are these? The winglets. So that's these. I guess we could have used the fins. Tail fin. Is that much bigger? It's not. So let's add these in. We'll see how that goes. Oh, what's the size difference? 0.037. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. But that's okay. We'll see what happens. Watch it just destroy the whole thing much faster than it would have. So we'll see what that does and see what happens. I don't know. No planning whatsoever went into this. I just saw all the missions, decided I didn't want to do any of those, and here we are. So yeah, definitely much more control so far. And that wobble is fun. I guess going full speed helps it a little bit more. No, you're gonna tear apart. We could probably do an authority limiter. And did we ever unlock struts? We'll fight this thing until, I don't know, not much longer maybe? I think we're almost, alright, yeah, there's definitely much less air up here. That was a good start. Tip over a little bit, send those away. Almost hit the engine there. And then from here, what are we headed to? Just about 70. Lots of booms. Yeah, we'll just kind of tip over all the way. And then from here, we can probably just I don't know, I usually wait, like I'll kill the engines until we get to about the apoapsis. I don't know what the correct way to do it is. I guess if you get the throttle perfect, it's better to do it this way. As long as we make it to orbit, that's all that really matters. And then we want to make sure we have enough delta V. 1600. I think that's plenty to get there and back if we do it correctly. I'd love to have something that shows this information on the other screen. That's where MechJeb comes in handy. I think it's MechJeb. There was another one too, another mod that would tell you all that information. But we do not have it, so we rely on the map. So we'll just stay on this screen for a little bit. We're about 30 seconds out. So we'll just speed up here. And we may have actually started a little bit too late. We do need to work on getting our plane in the right spot, because Minmus is on a different plane than the equator. But we won't worry about that until we are circular. Which we almost are. Actually, that ended up being pretty much the right spot to start burning. Alright, so we are in orbit. We are going to set target to Minmus. How is our... So we're 5 degrees off. So right about here, we will point at one of the triangles. And then, I don't remember when to burn to get to Minmus. Somewhere around here. Add maneuver. Actually, that's not too far off. So that's closer. And that'll actually get us an encounter. 920 meters per second, which will be about this whole burn. Burn time is 30 seconds. What is all of this stuff? That seems new to me. I bet it's been there for a very long time. Let's see where this brings us. Okay, so not too far or too close. We can adjust that once we get closer. And then at this node, we can kind of adjust again. So let's quick save, and we will time warp to about a minute out. Probably a little less. We want to start the burn realistically at 15 seconds. But since we have to stage and use the other stage, I think the math gets a little bit messed up. So we'll just give ourselves a little bit of extra time. We can fine tune it as we go. And we'll see what happens. We will point prograde. And how are we looking here? I guess we have everything we need. There's not anything we need to do. We don't need to extend solar panels because they're already there. And we don't need to do anything else like that. So I guess we're okay, and we can start to burn shortly. We'll just wait. Maybe now. Sure. Just go for it. We'll see where this gets us. Should get us pretty far out. Yeah, this is our maneuver node. Or our orbit, actually. This is our maneuver node. Or here? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've taken any kind of computer science where you talk about nodes and those types of things. So we have another 50 delta V to go. So we kind of missed. But we're okay. So we can get rid of that one. Let's change. I was like, where did the ship go? Zoomed way far out. Thrust limiter. And then then we can zoom in here and we'll bring our orbit in as close as we can. About there. And then tab. It wasn't tab. Is it tilde? Yeah. Tilde brings us back. What is this? Oh. No. I don't know. Let's work on adjusting that. And will this bring us... It is bringing us closer and down. Okay. Nope. It's bringing us up. It was bringing us closer, though. We want to bring our orbit down that way. I guess what we can do is get our descending and ascending node to close to 0. Probably should have done this earlier, like I kind of talked about doing. So negative 0.6, 5, 4, and then we'll point retrograde. Kind of want to bring it on the other side. Dang, that really is messing with things. All right, we'll keep it roughly there, I guess. All right, and actually that flyby would be kind of perfect because it'd bring us right back to Kerbal without using any fuel, but we have 1,500 remaining. So we'll just warp. And then maybe... I don't know. I'm like, do we get closer? I think the answer is yes. We do get closer. Let's see what... If we add a maneuver node here, what we can do. Something like this. $68. 42. What is that? 6,000? Let's go to like 13. And then we will point here. And where does that bring us actually after our orbit? Still very close to Kerbal. Relatively close. But once we eject, we can adjust. So yeah, let's just burn. We'll get close. We will get rid of that one. And we'll see how close we can get. I do maybe want to do this other one. Lots of corrections, but we have the delta V for it. Worst case, we have to go save Jebediah. So we'll go prograde, I think it was. I don't know what the tallest mountain is, the height of Minmus is. One thing we'd like to do is we'll open this. I was like, where's our antenna? I didn't remember where I put it. Extend antenna. We do have a connection. We'll log temperature. We'll keep that one. Log and keep. Is there another experiment? Yes, but you are not a scientist. Crew report, nothing there. EVA report, nothing there. So actually, let's go move down a little bit. Try not to fall off, and then we'll board. So here we can wait until we get to Minmus. We're over here, so we can warp up to here. We'll quick save again. And then we're gonna go out past Minmus and kind of get sucked back in and shot around. Why don't we warp to there? Okay, let's stop this warp so we can warp a little closer. I'm pushing the wrong buttons. I was pushing right click instead of left click. All right, so we are very close to Minmus. Very close. Any day now. Any day now. And I'm trying to decide, do we want to adjust our orbit at all anymore? All right, so we are at Minmus. 1500. I think we will. At the periapsis, we'll just get into orbit, and then we can kick ourselves back out again. Log keep. Log keep. Crew report. We can transmit that one. And then EVA report. We'll keep that. And then we'll kind of scooch down so we can grab these two and board. And then we'll review. Well, actually, we'll wait until that battery gets a little bit better. And quick save again. Where we'll keep that one open so we can see our electric charge. And we're way out here. So if we do a maneuver node here, and we just really just get the circuit, get the orbit 100 meters per second, and then we can immediately shoot off back towards Kerbal. Trying to decide what, so we're going this way. In order to get down to Kerbal, we want to shoot off that way as slow as possible. So yeah, we do want to immediately burn again in the opposite direction. I think my thinking is correct on that. We'll transmit that one and keep everything else. Done. Perfect. So let's warp to here. And is there like a medium nothing elevation for science. We're still high. Okay. So let's warp to about there. I guess there's like orbit and landed, and I don't think there's like a high or kind of where we're at now. Let's see. Crew report. Space near Minmus. So I don't know what that means. Didn't really tell me anything. I did that wrong, but let's review. Keep everything else. And we will toggle, log, not toggle. And then we can EVA again. One day I'm going to go too far on that. And we're going to shoot Jebediah off of the vessel. We are very close. So let's point retrograde. And then we want to wait until about here. We'll go retrograde until we see that we got the orbit. We'll get some extra science for that. And then we'll immediately go prograde until we escape Minmus's gravity. And then we should be back on our way to Kerbal. So right about here. And then we'll do some science while we're thinking about it. All right, there we go. And then we'll do all our science here. We'll send that. EVA report. Keep that. We'll observe that. Log. That can only be done by a scientist. So we'll just do it remotely. Keep. Log, keep. Log, keep. And then we'll go prograde. There we go. So we're back on our way to Kerbal. And then we'll just bring this way down. Oh, we had an encounter with the moon there. It's like, oh, we could go visit. We still could, actually. Do we want to? A 2-for-1? I don't think we really need any more science from the moon currently. We do have the Delta V for it. Are we gonna... No, we're okay. It's like, are we gonna hit Minmus at all? Yeah, bringing our plane down close was sort of the right move. All right, we can adjust that as we get closer. But for now, let's EVA out. I don't think we need to do anything. We'll collect that. Take that. And then the thermometer is here. Take that. Cancel. Take data, store. Which one do we have on us? Review stored data. Temperature scan. I guess we already did it. So that was a double. World's first. Initiated flyby. Gathered first science. Entered orbit. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Performed a spacewalk in orbit. So that's all good. We're not getting much solar. Oh gosh. I guess now we are. That's good enough. So let's just wait until we can transmit more science. We'll review the stored data. Keep. Transmit that one. And that's our last piece of science that we can transmit. So now we're just kind of waiting to get home. Let's warp to here. And then we'll point retrograde about 53 or so. And then we'll warp pretty far. What is this going to be, like a 5-day mission? I would not want to sit in that little command pod for 5 days. No thanks. What is this? We've escaped the gravitational influence of Minmus. Another $20,000 or so. Warp a little bit further. I think we have everything set up. Once we finish warping, we can bring the antenna in. Retract and close. We still have a connection because we are close to Kerbal. And why don't we just warp to there? And then we will decrease our speed. What is slash? Slash, okay. Warp to there. And we can point retrograde, which we are. And warp a little bit further. We're pointing retrograde. We can go ahead and just use all of our fuel. Bring this way in. Just to reduce the speed at which we enter. Not that we really need to worry about it too much. But you never know. There's a lot of energy when you're going 3,000 meters per second. And where is the KSC? It's way over here. So we'll land probably somewhere around here. In the water. Alright, is everything else set up? We're going to decouple that. We do have the heat shield and the parachute. Probably going to lose the solar panels again. I think we did that last time. There's the moon. So now we are in the atmosphere. Definitely not escaping. And what was this at? 290? Yeah. Why don't we just ditch this somewhere over there? Doesn't have to be far. And then yeah, we do have the heat shield. So that should keep us pointed in the correct direction. And yeah, this will hardly use the heat shield at all. Maybe to 180. Pretty close. So yeah, we'll just wait until we can deploy the parachute. which we can now. Maybe we'll wait until about 10K. Kaboom. Alright, we will deploy that, and then we can jettison the heat shield because we don't need it anymore. We'll open this just for fun. See if there's any science we can get here. Looks like there is. Did I not take that data? I did not. When the parachute deploys completely, and we're going pretty slow, I think I will EVA Jebediah. Hope for the best, and try to collect that so we can rerun that experiment and see if we can get any more science. I think there's some we can get while splashed down as well. But we'll see. Wow, this takes forever. Always takes forever. Should go any second. And then hopefully you're going slow enough that you don't shoot off. We'll take that. EVA. Keep that. Board anyways. Log. Nothing to see there. EVA. I forgot to grab this one. Take. I don't even have to move. Log. We did that. Okay. So we'll just wait until we're splashed down, I think. And redo experiments. See what we can get. Crew report. We'll keep that. Almost missed that one. Alright, so hit the water. Make lots of noise. Log temperature. Keep that one. Log pressure. Keep that one. Review report. We're still flying. But we're not. EVA. Nothing there. Keep. Board. Recover. Let's see what we got. Another 200 or so. 150 science. We'll say 200. I think you get a little bit more from Minmus than the moon. And we also went into orbit. So yeah, I would say that was a much more rewarding mission. 242, not 247. So now we have 443. We got 3,000 from recovering. He got 4 experience. And we have 300,000 just from doing the world's first things. Returned from a flyby of Minmus, returned home from orbit of Minmus. And then we have 9, so 1, 2, 3, 400 about, plus 40, 80. So yeah, we could do these 4 and then that one. And then we have 2 more before we need to upgrade and spend the 451,000. Attach a new part to a satellite in orbit. Send a Kerbal engineer on a craft and attach an HG5 high gain antenna. Huh. I didn't know you could do that. Ferry 2 tourists safely to their destination. Where are you? Oh, just orbit. Okay, we could do that one. I like that these reset. Position satellite in a polar orbit. I like that one. Science data from space around Kerbal. We could do these 2 together. And then equatorial orbit. Yeah, we got some good stuff now. Explore Minmus. I'd like to do that. Oh, no, we could do that. I was going to say, I thought it was like a targeted one. Expires in 4 days, so we got to take that pretty soon. But lots of money. So yeah, I think that is going to do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, push that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope to see you all in the next episode.